was the night of December 31st, 1862, what would come to be known as Freedom's Eve. Across the country, in churches and private homes, both enslaved and free, African Americans gathered in anticipation. They waited, prayed, and watched the clock, knowing that at midnight, the Emancipation Proclamation would take effect. And then, the hour struck. At the stroke of midnight, their prayers were answered. All enslaved people in the Confederate States were, by law, declared free. Union soldiers, many of them black men in uniform, marched across southern plantations and into cities, reading small printed copies of the proclamation. With each word spoken aloud, they carried the promise of liberty. But it would take more than a proclamation to fully end slavery. That wouldn't come until the ratification of the 13th Amendment. Fast forward to June 19, 1865. In Galveston Bay, Texas, over 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed, some 2,000 Union troops arrived to enforce what should have already been law. Texas, the westernmost Confederate state, had resisted change. But that day, the Army announced that more than 250,000 enslaved black people in Texas were free by executive decree. The newly freed people named that day Juneteenth, a word blending June and 19th. And though their freedom had been delayed, their hope had endured. Juneteenth marks the true end of slavery in the United States. It stands as the longest-running African American holiday, a celebration of liberation, resilience, and the pursuit of justice. Yet, for far too long, this powerful chapter in our history remained unknown to much of the nation. The years that followed, known as the Reconstruction era, were filled with both promise and pain. Newly freed men and women moved quickly to rebuild their lives, reuniting families, founding schools, running for office, writing new laws, and even seeking reparations from their former enslavers. Out of centuries of bondage came a burst of possibility, a transformation that reshaped not just Black lives, but the very fabric of America. Today, Juneteenth is more than a date on the calendar. It's our country's second Independence Day, a reminder that freedom was not given, it was claimed, that hope, even in the darkest times, never dies. On June 17, 2021, Juneteenth was officially recognized as a federal holiday, and in 2025, it will fall on Thursday, June 19th. As we reflect, remember, Juneteenth is not just history, it is legacy. It is living proof of the strength of a people who never stopped believing in freedom. And it's up to all of us to carry that spirit forward.